In this video, I am going to show you how to sew biker shorts. Inspiration of the day, biker shorts, biker shorts, biker shorts. If this is your second time watching me, thank you for coming back. If you're new here, in my first video, I was showing you how to sew a bodysuit turtleneck. And the little bonus in that video was that I was giving you the pattern for free in just one size, XS. This time, to bring some fresh air, I'm gonna give you the pattern for free again, but in seven sizes. Let's do it. You will need twin needles and thread. You might need some elastic band for extra support in your belly area, up to 6 centimeters or 2¼ inches wide. Fabric, some elastic jersey fabric, 8% elastane. The pattern, it's only 3 pieces, it's a super easy one. I know that this channel seems to be about sewing, but I actually want to be able to talk about anything that I like, and my friends could tell you that one topic that I like to learn and talk about is relationships and sex. For this reason, I selected a few podcasts on the topic. The first listen is one particular episode of the Goop podcast, which is called What Turns You On, and it's an interview of Esther Perel. She talks about why it's hard for women to sometimes feel desire. I found it interesting because it's about desire and not pleasure. Okay, we're getting into personal things. I think it's harder to feel desire than it is to feel pleasure. The second podcast, Hidden Brain, is called Just Sex. The host is interviewing a lady who made a study on hookup culture, a sociologist. Men have this reputation of liking to sleep around, but it's just a reputation, and it's hard to know exactly what is the percentage of men that like it and what's the percentage of men that don't. I once asked this guy who really liked to sleep around, and he was like, well, probably 1%. I asked this other guy, 80%. Well, here we got some interesting number finally. In the interview, she said that only 15% of students actually like hookup culture, and these 15% are overwhelmingly male. If we consider that on campus there are 50% men and 50% female, let's assume, then among this 50% male, you've got about 15 who actually like this hookup culture thing. So that makes about 1 guy in 5 talking about men. My third pick, there's this episode on Goopfella called The Mask of Masculinity, hosting Louis Hose, and he came up with this typology of the different masks that men are wearing to conform to a masculine stereotype: the stoic mask, the athlete, the material mask, sexual mask, aggressive mask, joker mask, invincible mask, the know-it-all mask, and the alpha mask. This is great because one thing that men are annoying with is their social persona and how you can see that they're playing a role. Not always, but tiring. Where are we? Ear hustle, inmates. There is this episode, I Want the Fairy Tale, which is about dating in prison or dating after prison. When do you let your new partner know that you've been to prison? Is it something that you introduce straight from the beginning, or do you wait a bit? And if so, how long do you wait? Do you say it at all? This is one question that people in prison have to deal with. The same way that I guess if you're into BDSM, you need to announce it to your partner at some point or another. And finally, a little jewel to end this selection. It's in French, called Les Chemins du Désir, Paths of Desire, and it's a lady. She talks about what is it on her life journey from being a child to being a grown-up that fed her sexual imagination and that impacted her tastes. We all have things that make us react, and they are often hard to explain. But sometimes if you dig a little bit, maybe you can discover why you like something.
Mais ce jour-là, quelqu'un avait laissé traîner une échelle. Je l'ai escaladée pour fouiller dans les rayons du haut. C'était des bandes dessinées comme je n'en avais jamais vu. J'en ai pris une. Je me suis allongée par terre, presque sous le lit, cachée par le cadre de bois. Tout était en noir et blanc. Les hommes avaient des épaules carrées et les femmes des seins énormes.
Hé! Attrapez-le! C'est lui, le pervers que nous cherchons!
Il y avait des gratte-ciels et des secrétaires. Et il me semble qu'il y avait quelque part des super-héros.
Oh non! Ce pervers mord les seins d'une vieille prostituée.
Ah, bah t'es là, toi. On te cherchait partout. Tu dis quoi?
J'ai trouvé ça dans l'étagère.
C'est pas pour les enfants, ça. Bon, descends, ça va être l'heure du goûter.
I think it's time. It's time for a treat. Yaman, je sens un pomme. If you love butter, you need to eat this. And it's not just the taste of butter, it's the taste of caramelized butter. Yeah, I think you've noticed that I'm not wearing any underwear under the shorts. But yeah, if you want to not wear underwear, be a free woman. But I've been wearing these biker shorts as pajamas, and it got me reminded in primary school. I went to sleep over at my friend Anaïs. Under her pajamas, she would wear panties. And then I got back home and Mom, you know what? Honey, that's not okay. You've got to let it breathe. And so if you are an Anaïs and you are wearing panties under your pajamas, it's my social responsibility to tell you that, girl, you need to let it breathe. Well, now, if you really want to stick to this practice of yours, or rather if you like the underwear to stick... Camel toe! Good old camel toe. There's the second shorts that I made in a heavier jersey fabric, which is why I recommend you using a heavier jersey fabric. The fabric is also bi-stretchy, nothing sexual, can stretch in both directions. That's it, pretty much. I need to go to work actually. Do I want to eat this one now? I don't think so.